Yeah, you guys
Yay.
have to hang out to the end of the show to see if the hot mic is still there. Melanie beats me up every time
No,
the
I
show is
don't.
over. Oh my God.
He's a mess. Oh my God.
All right, Sonnies, it's 3 o'clock and welcome back to the Sunny TV Clubhouse studio. We have all the things we're going to be talking about today on the show that's on in the afternoon, also known as...
Afternoon Delight.
That's right. I'm here in the clubhouse with my Sunny Honey, my co-host today, Melanie. We're going to be taking
government name. That's
a
weird.
pop culture, because it's expensive, a pop culture Thunderdome quiz today. We're going to be talking about canceled or discontinued shows that we all
I might do
love.
good on this.
You might. If not, we have a baby Thunderdome so that you can lean on if you need it. Also, we have some memes today that will be memeing your face. And, of course, a Reddit Rundown report in which I'm not allowed to give you the TLDR now,
No.
but we know it's juicy enough for you to stay on and watch it. Mel sent over some news stories over the weekend. They're good, and you're going to let me know if they're worthy for the news or not. That's
They're
perfect.
news.
And, of course, Hey Girl,
Always.
Hey Horoscope with 1979 horrible horoscopes. All right.
Let's do it.
Pop Culture Thunderdome, give me some music, please.
Thunderdome quiz, TV shows. Boom.
Discontinued. All right. Question number 1.
Okay.
Which famous sitcom about 4 Miami roommates ended its run in 1992? Was it Designing Women, The Golden Girls, Murphy Brown, or Empty Nest?
B, The Golden Girls.
Okay, B. Next up, true or false, the original Star Trek series was a huge ratings hit during its first run in the 1960s.
I'm going to say false.
Okay. Next up, which show about New York doctor adjusting to life in Alaska ended in 1995? Was it Northern
I used
Exposure,
to love this show.
Picket Fences, Wings, or Saint Elsewhere?
Northern Exposure.
Okay.
But I did like Wings too, and St. Elsewhere.
And Picket Fences. Next up, true or false? The final episode of MASH remains one of the most watched television broadcasts in U.S. history.
I'm going to say true.
Okay. Number 5. Which sitcom about a family living next to an alien from the planet Melmac ended in 1990? Was it Small Wonder? Was it Alf, My Favorite Martian, or Mork and Mindy?
Alf. We used to love that show too.
Me too.
That and like Mr. Belvedere.
Yeah. Next up, true or false? Gilligan's Island originally aired for only 3 seasons before being canceled.
Is that true? I'll say true. False. True. I'm gonna say true.
You don't want to do Baby Thunderdome and save this? Maybe
Yeah,
you get
let's go Baby
Because you
Thunderdome.
might have a perfect score if you don't do Baby Thunderdome quiz where you can get an answer right. Question number 1. The Golden Girls lived together in what city? Miami, Chicago, or Dallas?
A, Miami.
Okay, correct. Nice job. Just to save your face there. Next up, which show featured a radio psychiatrist named Fraser Crane broadcasting in Seattle? It's almost Baby Thunderdome. Is it Cheers, Frasier, Taxi, or WKRP in Cincinnati?
Frasier, and he had a little dog named Eddie.
That's right.
The little terrier. I think the dog's name is
the
Eddie.
little Jack Russell.
Oh, yeah.
Next up, true or false, the series Dallas ended with the famous Who Shot JR mystery unresolved.
I think that's true. Ooh. Baby Thunderdome.
Baby Thunderdome quiz where you can get an answer right. Number 2, true or false, Alf was an alien.
True.
Correct. All
I
right.
loved Alf.
Save the day. Very good question there. That's a hard one, though. I see where that went. Number 9. Which family sitcom starring Michael J. Fox ended in 1989? Was it Growing Pains? Was it Family Ties? Was it Who's the Boss? Or was it Webster?
B, Family Ties.
Okay. Last question. True or false? The character Fonzie from Happy Days was originally intended to appear in only a few episodes.
True.
Excellent.
All right, let's see.
You feel very confident? How do you feel?
I think I did pretty good.
Okay. Let me go get that answer key.
Yeah. Ding.
All right, the answer key. First one, you said?
B.
Correct. Golden Girls. The show ran for 7 seasons and remains one of the most beloved sitcoms ever, winning multiple Emmy Awards. Next up, you said?
False.
Correct. The show struggled in ratings and was canceled after 3 seasons, but became a massive cultural phenomenon through syndication and fan conventions.
That's a Star Trek.
Next up, you said?
A, Northern Exposure.
Correct. The quirky drama won 7 Emmy Awards and helped define the 1990s smart television. Next up, you said?
True.
Correct. The
MASH.
1983 finale drew over 100 million viewers. Next up, you said?
B, Elf.
Correct. Alf was actually a puppet operated by multiple performers, which made filming extremely complicated.
Wasn't he made by Jim Henson?
I believe.
I think so.
So that's a
Yeah.
good question. We should Google that. Next up, you said?
It's at Baby Thunderdome.
Correct. In a court of law, you would say?
True.
Correct. Despite the short run, the show became legendary through reruns
After.
and ran for decades.
Yeah. A lot of shows that happened to.
I didn't know that. Next up, you were correct with Frasier. I knew that was
Yeah.
right. The series won 37 Emmy Awards, the most
was a good one.
decorated sitcom in TV history.
He was always trying to throw away his dad's chair.
Right,
They were-
right. How do you feel about Camille? Number 8. You
Exactly.
said
I said Baby Thunderdome.
in a court of law, you would.
That's true. I was going to say true.
I'm glad you went Baby Thunderdome. The answer is false. The
Okay.
shooter was revealed to be Kristen Shepard, JR's sister-in-law. Interesting. Next up, you said?
Family Ties B.
Correct. Family Ties. Michael J. Fox became so popular as Alex P. Keaton that the show shifted focus to his character. Sit, boo-boo, sit.
Good dog. Oof.
Next up, you said?
True.
Correct. Fonzie was originally meant to be a minor. The character became so popular,
Yeah.
he became the breakout star of the show.
I got 100.
Yay!
I got 100.
And now you are officially the
Tied with Ashim now.
Oh, you're tied with Ashim.
Yeah.
So now we officially have the tie. Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Let's go to Capybaras.
Let's say hey to Barbara Jean of Capybara Cafe.
Looking for your wild side with a gentle twist, Sonnies? Say hello to the Capybara Cafe, Florida's most unforgettable animal experience. Get up close and personal with capybaras, reptiles, and the cutest exotic creatures around, all while learning, laughing, and making a real impact. Every visit supports animal shelters, provides sustainability, and delivers educational magic for the whole fam. So don't just scroll, scurry over to thecapybaracafe.com and book your encounter now. The Capybara Cafe, where curiosity lives and your wild heart gets to roam.
Hey, happy National Napping
Oh
Day.
my God! This is the best day ever, but I have to
I have
go to
no
the gym
time for a
later.
nap today. Yeah.
Let me tell you, I love taking a nap.
I think naps are very important.
I do.
Gucci and I took a nap yesterday, and it was lovely. It was.
I love taking
It was like a
naps.
surprise. Like, let's just snuggle and take a nap. It was
I think
so good.
everyone should take the nap.
I think everyone should take a nap. Hold on before you hit that button, if you don't mind, so that I
It's
can
time for
actually.
meme it or leave it, guys.
That is true. Are you excited to see?
I love meme it or leave it.
I
Let's
love
go.
meme it. Let's go. Just once, I want someone on Family Feud to tell their family member that their answer was as stupid as F.
Yes.
Yes.
That was a dumb. They're always like, great answer.
Great
And
answer.
It wasn't a great answer.
It wasn't a great
Stupid.
answer. Call them out. God. Next up, if I had a chip on my shoulder, I would just eat it because I love chips.
True story. I love a good old salty chip.
Crunchy. Next up, did anyone ever rock down to Electric Avenue, then subsequently take it higher?
Yeah, I did.
You're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue.
Then
You know
you
to take it higher. Yeah. Next up, the first half of the alphabet is simple baby stuff. And then when you get past LMNOP, it's like we're going into the dangerous territory
Yeah,
now.
that's true.
It gets tougher after that. Next up, my boyfriend saw a robbery at an Apple store that makes him an eyewitness.
Oh,
Yeah,
iPhone.
like I- yeah,
Ha.
Next up, why does everyone force introverts to leave their comfort zone, but no one forces extroverts to shut up for a while?
That's true. I can see that side.
Next up, my son saw me putting on concealer under my eyes and said, "Why are you doing that?" I said, "It makes me look a bit younger and more awake." He said, "But inside you're old and tired." And I said,
God.
"Yup." And he said, "Tricky," with an admiration.
Oh my God, grounded.
Next up, I'd be like, I need to lock in, and it's just me moving clothes from the washer to the dryer.
Yeah.
You gotta get it done, right? You can't just leave them sitting in there. Next up, I used to think coffee was a grown. Oh no,
Wait.
we got charcuterie
Yeah.
is a Lunchable that majored in musical theater.
Yes. Hilarious. Oh my
All
God.
right, let's get into Addie's Reddit Rundown Report. All right. Am I the asshole today?
Yes.
The TLDR is, am I the asshole for calling the police on my mother-in-law after she moved furniture into my house without asking while I was at a wedding?
Give me more.
I got the call around 2:47 p.m. I was standing outside a wedding venue in heels, holding a glass of champagne I haven't even sipped yet. My neighbor's name lit up my phone and I almost ignored it. I picked it up. There's a moving truck in your driveway, she said. 2 women are carrying boxes into your house. I stood there for a second, just processing, because my front door has a code and only my husband knows it. I called him immediately. He picked up on the second ring, which told me he was waiting for it. Hey, so I was going to talk to you about this, he says. That sentence. That one sentence. 6 months of weird conversations suddenly made sense. I left the wedding, didn't say goodbye to anyone, just walked to my car and drove 40 minutes home, and my jaw tight the whole way. When I pulled up, the truck was real, a full-size moving truck backed into my driveway, and my mother-in-law was directing a hired guy carrying a dresser through my front door. My sister-in-law, who is 7 months pregnant, was sitting on my porch steps supervising like she had already lived here. I sat in my car for maybe 30 seconds just watching, then I got out. What is happening right now? I said. Not a question, flat. My mother-in-law turned around and smiled. Actually smiled. Oh, good. You're home early. We wanted to get the big stuff in before dinner. Nobody asked me if you could move in. She tilted her head like she said something confusing. Your husband said that he would handle it. He didn't handle it. He didn't ask me. This is my house, too. My sister-in-law stood up from the steps. It's just temporary. The baby's coming and I don't have anywhere else to go. You really are going to make a pregnant woman stand outside?
Oh my God.
And there it was, the move. Lead with the pregnancy, make me the villain before I even said no. I looked at the hired mover. Please stop. Put that back on the truck, I said. He looked at my mother-in-law. She shook her head slightly at him like she had authority over what had happened inside of my home. I went inside, called my husband again. You need to come home right now.
Yeah, why isn't he home?
And tell them to leave, or I'm calling the police for trespassing. You're overreacting, he said. It's my mom, it's my sister, she's pregnant. What do you want me to do? I want you to come home and fix this. He didn't come home.
Oh, shit.
I went back outside. My mother-in-law had resumed directing the mover. A box of her stuff was already sitting in my living room next to my couch like it belonged there. I decided to call the non-emergency police line. I told them 2 people had entered my home without permission while I was away and were in the process of moving furniture inside. The dispatcher asked if I wanted an officer sent. I said, yep. The moment I hung up, my mother-in-law's demeanor shifted completely. You called the police on family? I called the police on people in my house without my permission. Your husband gave us permission. My husband doesn't own this house alone. My sister-in-law started crying loudly. I have nowhere to go. You know that. How can I do this right now? I felt genuinely bad for her. I wanted to be honest about that. She is pregnant and she is in a hard situation. But none of that happened.
Why didn't she move into the mother's house?
Perfect question. But none of that happened to me. None of that was my decision. I was standing in my driveway in a wedding guest dress, finding out my home had been given away while I was eating canapes. The officer arrived within 15 minutes. He was calm, straightforward. He explained that both property owners had to agree to allow someone to move in. My mother-in-law handed him her phone, apparently trying to show a text from my husband saying he'll take care of it. The officer read it, handed the phone back to her, and said it wasn't the same as consent from both owners. They had to repack the truck, every single box. The dresser came back out. My mother-in-law did not speak to me again. My sister-in-law cried the entire time. My husband came home 2 hours after the truck left.
Oh, come on.
He
dude.
walked in and said, I hope you're happy. I told him I wasn't happy. I told him I was tired. I told him I had been telling him for 6 freaking months that his family needed to stop treating decisions about our home like it's his decisions alone. And he had nodded every time and done nothing. He slept in the guest room that night. The next morning, he told me that I had embarrassed his family. I told him his family had moved furniture into my living room without asking me first. We are in couples counseling now. His mother hasn't spoken to me since. His sister had the baby, found a place through local housing assistance program, which, by the way, had been an option the entire time. I've been thinking about the moment he said, "I'll take care of it," and never once he thought taking care of it meant asking me, just informing me. Like the conversation was formality, and he just kept putting it off. I didn't realize I had stopped becoming someone whose opinion was required until I had a cop come over to prove it. So, am I the asshole? When family crosses the line, right?
You're not the asshole. And the sister found a place to live with the housing people. Guess what? And that was an option the whole time.
I'm going back to your first question. Was welcome the mom.
Move in with your mother.
Move in with the mother. That doesn't make any sense.
I'm so sick of when people are
Unless
married.
the mother's in a home or something. I don't know.
I get so sick of when people are married that they don't include the other person's opinions or feeling. It's like, this is my family. You're just going to go along with
we
what
all
they
know that we
say.
live in a patriarchal society, so they're always going to lean on that husband to be
But,
the
like,
authority, the taskmaster.
I don't. Ugh.
Why do sometimes people treat family boundaries differently than boundaries with strangers?
Because everybody's taught, but it's your family.
Right.
So sometimes with family, you got to have even more boundaries because they were the first to tippy tap across that line.
Right. I mean, your home is like your safe space.
Yeah, I wouldn't want somebody's pregnant. Like if Jim had a sister, he doesn't have a sister. He got a brother. If his sister was pregnant, I wouldn't want her moving in my house.
Right.
I don't want to deal with a screaming baby. I don't want to have to baby-proof my own house. I don't want to have to worry about my dogs where Luna doesn't even like little kids. I don't want any of that. Go find your own place to live. This is my house.
What I think was sneaky here was that they waited for her to go to that wedding.
Yeah, and
I think that was shitty.
the husband probably said, just wait till she goes to the wedding and then you guys
And then
can
going to
come.
move the sister in, and then what? She's just going to have to shrug her shoulders and deal with it?
Yeah, because she's already there. So they
That's
didn't count.
terrible.
They didn't count on her coming home early.
I mean, seriously, the communication inside this marriage, what does that say to you on this particular
Not
story?
okay.
Yeah.
But also too, like, this is gonna sound terrible. Everybody's like, go to marriage counseling. At some point, like, do you really need a third person to tell you how you should think and feel? No. If you can't be open and honest with your partner.
This lady sounds like she's open and honest. She was
But
like,
if your husband can't receive the information and he's known you enough to marry you and knows how you are and knows how you would feel about things, you don't need a counselor to tell you, like, it's not going to change.
So 2 questions here.
Yeah.
Do you think the main problem in this story is the mother-in-law or the
No.
husband?
Husband.
You definitely think it's the husband.
I think the mother-in-law's at fault, too.
I think not partially at
I
fault.
think she's being a sneaky pants.
So this leads into my next question: is what responsibility when someone says "I'll handle it"? What responsibility does that mean you will
Handle
take?
it.
You have to handle it.
Don't say you're going to handle it and then you don't.
5 weeks go by.
Whoopsie.
He
we have a
obviously
new roommate.
did handle it by telling them clandestinely to show up while she's at the wedding. Is that how he handles it?
Yeah,
Or what is
that's
he going to
it.
handle other things in the marriage?
That's how he handled it.
At what point does loyalty to your spouse need to come from before loyalty to your family?
I think it depends on the situation.
Okay.
This? Not okay. I'd be pissed.
I'd be pissed.
I would have been like, no, they can move
And
out.
I'd be really pissed if I was the sister, because here you're thinking like it's all going to be fine. Because I think the mother was.
Yeah, they probably didn't inform the sister that
No,
nobody
she
had
was like
discussed
she's going to
it.
have this. That's why she was so upset. I kind of feel
I think she
empathetic
just
with
got
her.
stuck in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, and she's totally pregnant. So I mean that, which became an emotional argument between everybody, because that was looming. Like, you're going to really kick out this pregnant lady. I don't know how big this house was either, and that's the only thing
Right.
that's missing on this. It's like, did
That's a
she
true
have like
story.
her own like mother-in-law
No,
suites?
but even if it's a big house, it's not their house to make that decision.
That is true.
So I don't care how big the house is.
Yeah. If the wife hadn't called the police,
They would have moved in.
do you think so?
Oh, yes.
You don't think that
No.
that would have changed
Nope.
anything? Okay.
Nope.
I mean, would that
'Cause
send her like what?
I think the husband didn't realize she was as serious as she was about no.
Yeah. I don't know if I would call the police on family though. I have a hard time with that one. I mean, I would probably raise my voice and throw some things around.
It's better than her yelling at everybody and taking the stuff and throwing it in the street.
And I would go berserko
Me
Jerry
too.
Springer, and like maybe calling the police was a civil way of handling this with calm, cool, and collective.
Or I would have grabbed the furniture and thrown it off the
draining
front
police
porch.
resources on a case like this, I mean, I don't know. I kind of see a little bit of back and forth on that one, where maybe she should have. Is there another relative they could have called? I don't know. What does the situation say about the difference between legal authority and emotional authority in a family?
I think sometimes you have to get the law involved with family.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I think there's certain situations where you have to involve the law, especially if it's something that's dangerous or someone's not listening to you, that could lead to potential dangerous situations.
So when conflict comes between a spouse and the in-laws, whose responsibility is it to set that boundary?
I think it's everybody's.
Yeah.
But here's the double-edged sword. You can be the spouse that has issues with the in-laws, and at some point you have to realize like their way they treat you is not going to change. So then you have to make the decision of, am I going to continue to try? Mm-hmm. But, because when you try to have a conversation with your spouses about their family, everyone's going to get defensive because it's their family.
And I also
don't know that a real conversation needs to be had.
But I don't think boundaries were actually set in this relationship. And I think that boundaries are sexy. Boundaries are a way for people to know how to communicate with you. If you don't set boundaries, they have no choice. Like this, obviously this mother-in-law or the sister-in-law, for example, had no idea that she was going to be this upset. Obviously, they wouldn't have done that.
I think the mother-in-law knew.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
You think she secretly knew?
I
mean,
knew.
yeah, because I guess it's.
I think the mother-in-law told the son, "Don't worry, she can't do anything about it."
And he's like, "Well, don't worry, I'll handle it."
Yep.
And I think that the way they handled it was I think they went about it real sneaky, which makes them look really low life in this story. So, is love in a family about sacrifice or about respecting each other's autonomy?
I think it's both.
Oh,
I think it's both.
sacrifice.
But sometimes you have
Compromise.
to sacrifice and compromise for things you may not want to. But you have to respect people's boundaries.
But exactly, because when someone crosses the boundary, that teaches them about what where your limits
I love when
are.
somebody crosses a boundary and then you get like mad and you explode and they're like, "Why are you acting so crazy?"
Yeah. I'm
Like-
curious if they hadn't ended up staying together because
There any updates?
no updates because it's brand new. The mother-in-law moving in or the husband never asking his wife first, which is the real betrayal.
Both of them. Both of them. But
I think the husband bears majority of the weight
well,
here.
yeah, because he said, "I'll handle it."
I'll
You didn't handle it, you idiot.
He did not
So you
handle
caused
it.
her to get upset for no reason.
Right.
And then if I was the wife, I'd be like, "Well, this is crap.
Yeah.
Like, this is my house too. You didn't even ask me."
And she felt her boundaries were disrespected. And because she didn't go into that crazy, Courtney Love moment, she actually went and said, "I'm going to call the cops because they can handle this and we can handle this calmly and
And to
professionally."
be honest, that was probably better.
You know what? Hindsight is 20/20 on that. And before this story, I was like, she should have never called the cops on her
No,
family.
I think she did. It beats
It
her
kept the
from like
peace.
flipping out.
And cops keep the peace, so she kept the peace.
She did it.
Golly, get a piece of this, a panache.
Every guest, every time. Since 1987, Panache opened its doors to be a cut above the rest. Their mission at Panache is to care for their team, their guests, and community from scalp to soul and bring the joy to the world one service at a time. The Panache difference is their carefully chosen and highly trained staff there to exceed your expectations. The same goes for their elegant salon space, dedicated to guest comfort and devotion to innovation and artistry. They're focused on making your day and continually raising the bar by aligning with Aveda's mission. You gotta get Panache.com and get with it, boo.
All right, we got 3 news stories in front of us today, and we are going to be the judge and the jury to let me know, is this newsworthy
Yes, it's
or
news.
is it not? All right, this first one. Your friendly neighborhood side hustle. All right, did we all choose a wrong career path? Because someone out there, a teenager, quit his job at a supermarket and put on a Spider-Man costume and now is making more money in 1 hour than he used to make an entire day of stocking groceries. A 19-year-old decided to trade the fluorescent lights of the produce aisle for a red and blue spandex suit and now spends his days showing up at birthday parties, events, appearances as Spider-Man. And apparently business is booming, which raises several important questions for our society. Is this the future of economy? Are we one good costume away at quitting our jobs, or is this a real superhero pay cycle? Because if this keeps up, I'm about 2 bad Mondays away from showing up dressed as Batman. And
Yes.
honestly, with inflation these days, I might not be the only one.
Before you start shopping for a cave, David, let me explain why this is absolutely news.
Okay.
First of all, the story taps into something bigger than a costume. The teenager realized something a lot of people eventually learn the hard way. Sometimes the traditional job you're told to follow isn't where your opportunity actually is. Instead of staying stuck in a job he didn't enjoy, he leaned into something fun, creative, and entrepreneurial. He turned entertainment and imagination into income. So it's about the gig economy, creativity, and the idea that sometimes unconventional pathways really work.
I think it's interesting because, you got to lean into your talent. And
People
he
are
obviously-
willing to pay money for what makes them happy.
You know where I went with this story? Because I really thought like Nemours, the children's center, when
Yeah.
they dress up in the character costumes
Yeah.
and going around to different like cancer
Absolutely.
kids. Like, I mean, it's such a major moment. It's such a really special thing. So, I mean, I thought that was kind of interesting that he just kind of like took a major risk here. It reminds me of Caleb from Black
Yeah,
Diamond, who
true.
wears many hats. Now he's a manager over at the Hyatt.
Yeah.
And he's kind of just figuring out his life and figuring out his way. I think that's really cool. Do I think it's newsworthy? No.
No,
No, I don't think it's newsworthy, but I think it's a very cool Instagram
it's
story. Next up, the diet plot twist nobody saw coming.
Lord.
Apparently, yo-yo dieting might actually be good for you.
I don't know about
The
this.
thing that doctors have been warning us about for the last 30 years, the cycle where you lose weight, gain it back, lose it again, swear off bread forever, and then suddenly find yourself emotionally reconnecting with a baguette at midnight. That's me.
It's me.
Well, now researchers say something interesting may be happening inside the body during those cycles. Even when people regain the weight, they can show improvements in things like abdominal fat levels, insulin insensitivity, there it is, and other metabolic markers. In other words, your body might be benefiting on the inside even if the scale refuses to cooperate, which honestly raises a lot of questions. Have we been judging diets all wrong? Is the scale the biggest liar in the bathroom? And does this mean my relationship with pizza is actually part of a long-term wellness strategy? See what I did there?
Before you start calling pizza medical treatment, hear me out.
Okay.
Okay, so it's newsworthy because it challenges something a lot of people believe.
Yeah.
For years, we thought the yo-yo diet was harmful
Was
because
not
people
good.
regain
Up
their
and down,
weight.
up and down.
Yeah. So participants in long-term Mediterranean diet studies showed significant improvements in abdominal fat and metabolic health markers, even though their body weight ended up similar to where they started. That means the scale doesn't always tell the true story. So the takeaway isn't that yo-yo dieting is the goal, but it's the effort that still matters. Here's the thing. I think it doesn't matter what diet you do. I think if you, like, I usually eat pretty good, but then there's weeks where I'm like,
Keto.
I don't like the keto diet. I think at the end of the day, you have to do what works for your body.
Right.
And the yo-yo diet, and then people do this calorie deficit thing. I think it causes damage to metabolism, whatever. But if you're hungry and you want to eat something, eat it. Just don't eat like a bunch of it. But
I
that's
really
what
think that's great advice. Everything in moderation. I
Yeah.
think that's always the best advice when it comes to any of this. I mean, you just can't eat like 8 pounds of cheese, maybe
Why?
6.
I
you know?
eat 8 pounds of cheese. I just think that when it comes to diet and stuff, you got to do what feels right for you. And yo-yo dieting, there's,
I think that we
Scientific information.
focus on the scale too much.
I do too.
That's the number one
and muscle
deterrent.
weighs more than fat. So if you're a
100%.
muscular person, your
Yeah.
number is going to be higher. And at the end of the day, it's just a number. Who cares?
Right.
You know?
I think people weigh and dieting. There's so much that they get emotionally too into. It's like
Well,
they psych themselves out.
But I also think people they have this weird food obsession. Like, for instance, I'm noticing a trend in like teenage girls, right? Where they don't want to have muscle on their body. They want to just be super skinny, so they don't eat enough to get the muscle.
Right. They can barely stand.
They wonder why their athleticism isn't quite there.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
You got to eat to feed
You
the
gotta
muscles.
have the foundation to be able to,
Is it news to you?
I think it's newsworthy.
I think it's news, too.
I think it's definitely newsworthy because for years we poo-pooed
Do what works.
Yeah, the yo-yo.
The
Next
yo-yo.
up, dumpster tomatoes, but make it sustainable.
Wait, what?
Would you eat a salad grown on top of a garbage dump? Well, over in England,
Oh, Rachel.
a landfill is now being used to grow fruits, vegetables, and inside a massive inflatable dome powered by gas from decomposing trash. Yes, trash gas. The methane produced by all that buried waste is captured and turned into electricity that powers lights, fans, and heating inside the dome so crops can grow year-round.
This is cool.
The dome is huge, and they're talking roughly the size of 3 tennis courts and about 30 feet tall, capable of producing around 10 tons of fruits and vegetables every year. Somewhere right now, someone may be enjoying a locally grown tomato that technically started its life as yesterday's garbage, which raises several questions. Is this brilliant sustainability, or is this the most confusing farmer's market?
I think this is news because it's a very real environmental innovation, okay? Landfills produce methane as waste breaks down, and methane is one of the most powerful greenhouse gases contributing to climate change. It's also what cows, when they burp,
Oh,
it
and
makes them
fart.
methane.
Yeah.
Inside the dome, crops are grown using hydroponics, controlled temperatures, and special lighting, creating ideal conditions for plants even in colder climates. So it's surprisingly powerful. If the project succeeds, the plan is to build more than 100 domes, potentially producing enough food supply to supply a large portion of fruits and vegetables for nearby communities.
I
think this is
eat
great.
fruits and vegetables from a landfill?
But it's just they're using the gas from the landfill to power it. It's not like you're actually eating it. And if you want to say that, compost pile.
True.
People compost their soil all the time. So
Right.
what's the difference? This is just being used to turn into gas to power these things so we can have more options for, think about the food deserts, the towns where they don't have grocery stores or anything near them.
Right, yeah.
I think news.
So I think somewhere a raccoon just became an accidental farmer, apparently. Yeah.
Imagine explaining to your kids their salad was grown on yesterday's trash.
All right, I think that's newsworthy.
Yeah.
I definitely think that, like you said, for food insecurity places,
Absolutely.
that could be a great option. Maybe the soil isn't that great there either, and this could be something with that
You think they
methane
can
gas.
make wine out of that?
I think we can at Bin 39.
39, the hidden gem of downtown St. Augustine since 2016. This is your secret getaway to a fabulous time. It's tucked away inside the lobby of the St. George Inn, and this charming spot boasts a courtyard setting that's straight out of a dream at the north end of St. George Street. Their wine collection features over 85 unique gems, is a journey into the extraordinary. You'll find wines from both small and large producers. They're open daily from 8 to 8 and Thursday to Sunday from 1 to 7. You got to check them out. Bin 39.
All right, it's time for the part of the show of Hey Girl, Hey Horoscopes with the famous 1979 horrible horoscopes coming up. Aries,
Me.
Taurus, and Gemini on deck. Melanie is on
And so
deck.
is Maria. My mom's at Aries too.
And Maria, oh, I hate to say anything horrible, but did she show you the picture I made for her over
she
the
loves
weekend?
it.
I made a beautiful picture of Maria as the guardian angel.
She put it in the group text with my sister. Do you need to put it in the Sunny Fan so everybody can see it?
So everybody can
It has
see it.
wings.
I don't know. I would like to respect Maria's privacy, and I'll have to ask her if she would like that to be in public or not. She's
sure
very,
she would.
she's very particular.
Yes,
It's
she
very
is.
important.
This is very
She's-
true.
Yeah. All right, Aries, the ignition. Mel and Maria, you are the spark that turns motion into momentum. Not noise, not chaos. The moment something begins. Try sharp silhouettes this week. Channel the fire, direct it. You need a structured leather jacket that feels like armor. My courage creates a path that others follow is your affirmation. 1979 horrible horoscope for Aries. You're not bold, you're combustible.
Oh, yes, that's true.
You move through life like someone who just discovered the gas pedal on the Trans Am and decided brakes were optional.
True.
Everything is full throttle. Every disagreement becomes a showdown before the other person even got their coat off. You call it passion. Everyone else calls it, here we go again.
Yeah, probably.
Half the time, you're not even angry about the thing in front of you. You're just itching for ignition. Your prediction, you'll pop off in a conversation that was cruising just fine, then act stunned when the whole vibe goes sour. Action step, Cool your jets before you blow the
My
whole
mom
scene.
says that phrase, cool your jets.
Brutal truth. Energy is powerful, but if it's always dialed to an 11, people stop calling it exciting and start calling it exhausting. Final warning. If every night turns into a rumble at the roller rink, don't be shocked when the crowd slips out the back door and leaves you arguing with just the jukebox.
True story.
Taurus.
Tiffany.
Your steadiness in a world that rushes, where others wobble, you hold the ground. Try rich textures and tailored knits. You build stability that supports everyone around you. Your power accessory is a substantial watch with the weight and history of life. Horrible horoscope from 1979, Taurus. You're not grounded, you're entrenched. Once you decide something is yours, you guard it like a stubborn dad, protecting the good recliner from the guests.
That's
The
true.
remote control, the ashtray, the thermos on the side table. Nobody touches it, nobody moves it. End of discussion. Change makes you cranky. Not thoughtful, not cautious, cranky. You hear a new idea and react like someone just suggested replacing the family station wagon with a pogo stick. Prediction: you will dig your heels in a decision that stopped making sense 3 arguments ago. Action step: let one thing shift without announcing and protesting. Brutal truth: consistency is admirable, but stubbornness is fear wearing a sensible jacket. Ooh. Final warning: if you keep treating comfort like a fortress, one day you will look around and realize you're the only one still living in it. Guarding the furniture nobody wanted to move in the first place. Ooh. Gemini. Whew, your
They're the
mind.
twins.
You Gemini. Who is this?
I don't know if I know any Geminis.
Well, their mind moves like lightning across the summer sky. Quick, illuminating, impossible to ignore. Direct your curiosity toward mastery. Your power accessory is a sharp pen that feels already to capture every single idea that you have in your pea brain. I added that part. My mind connects worlds others cannot see. 1979 horrible horoscope, Gemini, to finish out our day. You're not mysterious. You're 2 radios playing at once, and neither one is tuned properly. Your mind moves like a late-night DJ flipping between stations while the antenna crackles. Disco here, talk show there, a half-finished thought spinning somewhere in between. People don't find you deep, they find you unpredictable in the way a flickering fluorescent light is unpredictable. Unpredictable. You never quite know when it's going to buzz, blink, or go out completely. You don't change your mind because you evolved. You change it because a new idea just walked into the room wearing cooler shoes. Prediction: you will tell 2 different people versions of the same story today and believe both of them while you're telling them. Action step: sit with one opinion long enough to see if it survives the night. Brutal truth: quick wit is impressive, but if nothing you say has weight, eventually people stop listening and start nodding politely. Final warning: if you keep spinning the dial every 5 minutes, don't be surprised when the whole room realizes you were never broadcasting anything in the first place. Ooh, child! They're getting spicy. All right, Sonnies. That's a wrap on this motivational, marvelous Monday. We chilled, we thrilled, we laughed, we thrived, and most importantly,
we survived.
that's the truth. When will we be back?
Oh, we're going to be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and we have a bunch of big hair band and big rock stars. So tune in, guys.
This is definitely going to be
Not
a
gonna wanna miss
show
that
to
show.
remember tomorrow. We love you guys. Hit that share button for us. Bye, Sonnies.
Bye, guys. He said it always smells stinky.
It smells so bad in